Ooh, the unpacking is the hard part. It's time to get rid of this little bitty 65-inch TV. It just doesn't fill the space as it should. This one's not quite big enough, but I'm a humble man. I will settle for an 85. I think it'll work. First thing we got to do, I've already took one of the little and then lost it. So I could show you a demonstration. You take all these little plastic things out, and then it's going to open up like a clamshell, and hopefully not spill out on the floor and bust its little pearl inside. But much ahead. Okay, so I'm kind of busy in the middle of this project. Spin it. It never spins when you want it. We got the new TV sort of out of the box, mostly out of the box. We got the old TV sitting over here. I am learning that the connections were on the left, and now they're going to be on the right. So I have to take these wires back out of here, back down to there, run them back over there. Take these same boxes out. Ain't no use to put fresh boxes in. If I ever have to patch the hole, I'll worry about that later, because the TV's going to cover most of that up. If I've got another box, I may leave that box in and put a blank on him. If I can find another 4-gang and knock the back out of one, we'll do that. Bring these over here, bring them up. Already took my sound bar down. Side note, sound bar my surround sound has not worked in a couple of years. Might try to get that back working. Other thing I didn't notice, I was worried about HDMI jacks being enough on this newer TV. I did not think about composite video and audio, i.e. phono plugs. The new TV does not have this. Call me guy from dark ages, but I am 66. But I do know they make adapters for everything, so I can come back and add that. I think I've got one DVD player or something down there that runs off of that. This control box I've got down here, composite video selector, actually runs my video games. Yes, old man Avery does have video games, not this new fangled crap that wants you to shoot people and blow people's heads off and stuff. But the old Atari 2600s, the old Nintendos, original Nintendo, Super Nintendo, the N64 is about as far as I would have went with that. Every once in 5 years I want to get my video games out and play with them, so I would like to be able to hook that back up, but it's not necessary at this time. So what are we doing now? I've measured these brackets off the old TV. They do appear like they are going to work on that. I was thinking that mount was big enough to work. It's going to work. So I've got to move them to there. I got to move these wires out of here to over here. Then I've got to determine whether or not this has to be moved up or down. I've already took the sound bar down because I know the TV's coming down here. Whether or not it's going to be because this mount's coming up or down, then I'm going to have to get with the measuring and making sure it's coming down enough. I want to bring the bottom of the TV where it did stop about right here, just up above the sound bar. It's probably going to stop just below. And that'll split the difference. 5 inches down, 5 inches up. And we were going to go from there. Now, I got a bunch of stuff to do. All this ain't going to be filmed, but I'll try to get back periodically and show y'all the progress points. Stay tuned. Okay, back for another checkup on the TV install. Flip it, spin it. I got these two gang covers. Didn't have them on there before. I'm going to try to put covers, neaten it up a little bit. I've got to get my drill here. Drill a little bit bigger hole up. Started this one, so we can pass our wires through and it won't be just a big box there. Can do this, make it look a little bit neater. Let's see what we got here. Do a spin, spin, darn it. We'll take this, use a step bit that drills it gradually. Sometimes you have to spin it because it's pushing out the other way. Only do this with a flexible. You can tell, see how it's flexible? You do it with the old school brittle ones and it'll break in your hand, probably cut your hand. Be real careful, you gotta kind of know what you're doing. If you're not sure about it, secure this plate in a vise or something. I'm fairly confident. Getting there. That'll be more than that. Back to the other side. Push that out. This works easier on single gang plates. I've got single gang going on the other side, which oddly enough, this is only going to have one cord in it. That's where the cords used to pass through. On the other one, I have most of my HDMI cords and video component and stuff like that. So we're through, but we're stuck. Quite interesting predicament. It went through and stretched through. Pull it loose. Watch out, the bit may be hot. You work with your hands all your life, you can handle the hot for a few moments. One day we're going to tackle the thing about the keyless chuck and why they're not worth a because keyless chucks don't grab like the old chuck key did. You could tighten them up. These here always slip. My question goes out to DeWalt, Makita, Milwaukee, all the major brands. You expect that out of Chinese cheap drills and stuff, but nobody has made a chuck that'll hold on to it when you go. My question to you big shots down there making this stuff, how come you can't make that a little bit more secure? Whether there be some kind of locking mechanism back here that you can lock it in and make it tighten up something. I mean, in today's technology, you think you could correct the chuck. That's the most important thing. If your bit keeps falling out, you ain't got nothing. Might have to go back to chuck keys, huh? And most younger folks don't know what that is. It was a little key that had grooves in here, and you could tighten it up with your hand. Kind of like a lug wrench on a vehicle, changing a tire or something. Clean this up a little bit. Get that edge off. Same thing on the back side. Clean that extra plastic from melting and pushing that plastic out of the way. Hope y'all can hear this over the drill. If not, oh well. Pushing that up a little bit more. Actually go to the back side a little bit from the front. Alright, that's about what we can do with that one. That one's probably ready. What this one's going to be, because the power cord is going through this one, and the power cord, I'd be hard to believe that it's even 6 foot. It's not going to reach to a power outlet, so I'm going to have to put a little lamp cord. I tried taping it. You tape this to a lamp cord that turns at a 90-degree angle, it will never go through that hole. So I'm going to have to drop it down through the hole, pull it out through the other one once I get this hole, and then tape the joint there. I think I can make it reach. It's going to come out the bottom hole about 2 or 3 inches, I think, once it's on the TV. It's not going to come out a lot. That is a fact. Alright, let's see if we can start this other one. And I'm just kind of eyeballing. You want to get picky, you can probably measure it. Because it's going to be where you ain't going to see it. The lower one's going to be behind the cabinet. The upper one's going to be behind the TV. We'd like to be watching some TV sometime today, so that's why I didn't measure it. My eyeball didn't work as good on this one as it did on this one. That was much better eyeball, but looks better than a big old box. Yeah, the whole box showing. But you're still not going to see it. One's behind the cabinet, one's behind the TV. The last time on these two gang holes, I didn't even have a cover, it was just a box. Could have been just a hole, but at least I did put a box in. I just never got around to putting the cover. Figure while I'm doing it, we'll pep it up a little bit. And once again, seems to have stretched over. Usually these things just fall out. Oh, that one kind of a little hot that time. Even with calluses on the fingers. Come here, boy. My hand can't handle a whole lot of that. That's kind of warm right there. Let's open this baby up. Can get a quick drop in there. Don't try this at home, folks. You might want to use gloves. If you don't do this every day, that will burn your fingertips. I'm an old man. I got calluses and stuff. Horrible looking hands. What you're thinking. It looks like we're a long way from putting the TV on the wall. Just trying to take my time and do it right. Sometimes that's how you do it. So today is January the 2nd, 2026. Happy New Year, everybody. If I haven't said that before. Let's pause it for a little bit and see what else we can do. Okay, folks, we're still working on this TV install. Got to a part I kind of want to show some of y'all because you probably don't know about this. Let's flip this around. Now, I got my wires run, if you'll notice, which all of these wires over here used to be over here. This TV's kind of reversed. Even the power was over here on the other TV, I think. I can't remember now. But anyway, power now is over here, and all my connections is over there. Now, got boxes in. I got the screws started. Most people know how to put a screw in with a flathead screwdriver, which takes forever. You can use a drill, but they don't work so good on flatheads. So here's the part. If you're a child, young person, 50 years old or younger, I'm calling you a child if that's acceptable, you've probably never seen one of these things right here. This is called a Yankee screwdriver. And I'm not making fun of Yankees because I'm married to one. Used to be only one Yankee worth a damn. Now I would say there's at least two Yankees worth a damn. So this goes reverse or forward. This is a ratcheting screwdriver. The reason they're called Yankee screwdrivers was that was the main brand. And I'm curious, I probably can't still read it on here. Stanley also made them, and I know y'all have heard of Stanley, but there was a Yankee brand of these. Let me see if we might have to edit some of this out. Get a shot where you can see what I'm doing over here. Angle up. Not gonna let me angle up. Can I angle? That's angle down. Angle up. Maybe I can zoom now, where you can tell what we're doing. Angle up a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna try to show you how this works. It's pretty obvious, but if you've never seen one, you twist it open like that, where you got a screw hanging out. probably took a while with a flathead. Kind of hard to do this where y'all could see it and me still be able to see what I'm doing. Hopefully y'all got that. I've got 2 screws here, 2 screws down there, 4 screws over there, and 4 screws down there. This right here will zip up the process. I can't bend over very long because of my head injury. Not sure if they still sell something this good. I'm pretty sure they sell something similar, but Yankee and Stanley brand were the best ones that they ever made. Let's see if I can get y'all where y'all can see this other side. Used to use these back in my trailer plant days. And by trailer plant, you don't know what that means. As a mobile home factory, I spent much of the late 70s and 80s working in a trailer plant or mobile home factory. We didn't have cordless screw guns and stuff back then. Everything was air driven or working in the electrical department. Yankee screwdriver was the trick. Got one more shot at it. Hang on, let's try to pan you down. You can edit this later. Pan down to that one right there. Like I said, the cordless drill works real good on Phillips head, but not so much on flathead. They're bad about slipping off. And right here, you just push it and run it. You could probably still find these used on eBay. They may still be in select hardware stores. I doubt you're going to find them in a Lowe's or Home Depot. But it's possible. I hadn't had to buy one lately myself. Some of these, and I'm 66, I would be willing to bet this one might well be older than me. I bought some when I was 18, 20-year-old, somewhere in there, back around 80, early 80s. I probably bought some of these, but I knew a guy that was a carpenter, much older than me. He had a bucket full of old parts, and I've replenished a bunch of these things out of the old parts, and this might be one of those. So I would speculate that this one is possibly close to 70 years old, because I'm 66. But they don't make good stuff like this no more. When these things start jamming up, you put a little bit of lube. Do not, I've probably said this before, do not spray WD-40 on this or anything on the planet Earth, because WD-40 should be outlawed and illegal, and if y'all elect me president, there won't be any more WD-40. We'll talk more about WD-40 in another video, but put 3-in-1 oil, some kind of oil on it. Keep it lubed up where it works. Simply close it and lock it. Now, I got to get back to installing this TV after my break. Hopefully I'll get to take a break here. That's all for now. Okay, we're getting closer to hanging this TV, y'all. Let me show you what I got to do before I can do that. This bracket that it's going to hang on, it's going to latch on there, and it's going to have some control on the bottom, some hook, has got to be lowered 3 inches, this whole bracket. So I got to take these 4 legs out, lower it down 3 inches. That's going to put it down below where the sound bar used to be. We're not using the sound bar right now. I can always come back and add it. I still want to, if this is the cabinet we're going to still use, or if we get something later, we know we can come up. I'm splitting the difference a little bit so it's not going up too high. If I just hung it on that, it would be way up too high. So I'm going to drop this 3 inches, and that'll make the difference that we need to make that come out right. And when it does that, it's going to cover those holes up where the sound bar used to be. Obviously cover this other stuff up. I can always go back and caulk these later, or not caulk, but fill them in, sheetrock them, finish them. But for right now, it's going to be covered up. I can always pull the TV out a little bit because of the top of the bracket. I've got the brackets on the back of the TV. I've got all the wires run through. I just have to lower this 3 inches and put a level on it, make sure it's low. Lag it back in. And then we got a hanging on there and hook the wires up. Sounds simple enough, don't it? That's just a bit of a big TV for one man by himself, but hopefully I'll have help at that point. We shall see. Let's lower this and then we'll be ready to do the rest of it. Stand by for the next step. Y'all got a chicken that lives here now. That's why there's a big pile of chicken poop down there, because Mr. Chicken lives here. You know, I can light him up a little bit. I'm sorry, am I bothering you with my light? Okay. Okay, folks, I'm going to fast forward about 2 days. I got the TV, I got the frame that we was talking about dropping 3 inches. I dropped it 3 inches. I got everything ready. Had some help hanging it up on the wall. And that right there was our finished project. So you can kind of see what we're dealing with here. Yeah, I know I'm watching the Falcons. But still, watch this. Look at that. Yeah. We still suck, but we won that game. 4 in a row. But anyway. Oh, always never do that. This is the new TV install. I think it come out pretty good. I can see it now. I can read it when I got the captioning on. Could have been a little bigger, but that'll do for now. Thanks for watching.